Hello and good evening. Today I'd like to talk about the issue of forced giving. This is the idea presented in socialism, communism, and certain religions like Islam. The idea that you are mandated to give a certain percentage of your income for the betterment of others in society. Now, while this may actually in truth benefit society, one, it doesn't classify as charity. For it to be charity, one has to actually give it without expectation of reward or punishment. If you have a government or a religion or God mandate that you give something, then it is no longer an act out of your own free will. It's no longer an act without expectation. Expectation may be as simple as, I want to avoid being punished by the state. Or it may be as simple as, I want to have salvation, and it's the only way I can acquire it. But it is no longer charity. So, what's wrong with state-sponsored forced charity? What's wrong with having your faith tell you have to give a certain percentage of your income for salvation? What's wrong with all these things? If the money goes to a good cause, why is it a problem? Here's the problem. When you force people to give money, you force them into charity, and then you tell them where you as a government entity, or you as the religious institute, are going to spend this money to help people you choose to help and how you choose to help them. People who have been forced to give up money for this end no longer feel like they need to give up money for anything else. They no longer feel the need to do real charity. Why? Because someone's already come to the door and extorted money from them for the purposes of helping others. You know, it's sort of the Robin Hood complex. Robin Hood's a good guy because he took the money from the rich against their will to give it to the poor. Well, if you really think about it, that rich person may have spent his whole life making that money. That poor person may be a lazy, drunken slob who's never gotten off his ass to do anything. Is it really fair to take the money from the rich person with the intent of giving it to the poor person? If the poor person, if the rich person, one, is not willing to give up this money for whatever reason, maybe he's investing in a new company that might end up hiring that poor person and giving him a job and giving him a chance to have a real future. You know, maybe it's, who knows where the money was going to go. But really, it's not his money to give. Robin Hood comes along and takes it and gives it to the poor, quote unquote. And he's idealized for this in our society. It's idealized theft. But that is, at the core, the element of socialism and communism. The idea that you as an individual don't have a right to decide where your money's going to go to charity, or whether it's going to go at all. You don't have a right to determine how much money you get to keep. It is the state, and it is the will of your religion to tell you where this money's going to go. So when you've been stripped of this freedom to determine where your money's going to go, and you've been stripped of your money, the ability to reach deeper into your pocket to pull out money voluntarily to help people who truly need help, people who have been overlooked by the system, namely the government, with all its inefficiencies, will not cover everybody in need, or people who are outside of your religion, namely in cases like Islam, where they're required to give donations and etc. I think they call it zakat to certain individuals. You create an environment in which you're not likely to give more when people really need it. If someone comes to the door and knocks and needs help, you're not and can't give you anything in return, you're not going to give anymore. Ultimately, you take the heart out of the society by mandating the charity. Anyways, that's a problem with forced charitable giving. And with that, I give you a good day, and God bless.